Latest on Cyclone Galena, which continues to approach Mauritius. It's not far from making its closest approach. Still a Category 3 with winds estimated from us 115 miles per hour, a pressure of 959 millibars as of 6 AM local time in Mauritius this February the 9th. The CDPS, you can see here the storm size has increased a bit and the rainfall potential just a tad. So now we're up to stage 5 on the CDPS scale. Extensive damage, possibly devastating if the storm was to pass over your house. It isn't going to pass over most houses though, because it is staying well north of Mauritius and tropical storm force winds will probably just about miss the island. Although this is bad news for Rodrigues, because at the minute the storm is still making a beeline for the island of Rodrigues. 134 miles from St Brandon, 210 from Port Louis and 422 now from Rodrigues. A Class 2 warning remains in effect for Mauritius this morning. No warnings are yet in effect in Rodrigues. That may change at short notice. I imagine that warnings will be put up there later on today. So this is what the models are saying as we go through the rest of Saturday. You can see the storm passing to the north, and by the evening hours of Saturday into Sunday morning it will be passing either near or over Rodrigues and then out towards the ocean, where it will possibly live for quite some time out there and possibly curving a bit towards the north again, not dying quickly. It's going to stay out there down the bottom right hand corner, still there towards the end of this upcoming week. Well, sea surface temperatures are certainly good enough for the storm right now, about 28 or even 29 degrees Celsius. The threshold typically is around 26 needed for sustained tropical cyclone formation and development. And here's another look at the forecast. You can see the hurricane force winds stay well away from Mauritius. The tropical storm force winds just about avoid it as well, but what we're really worried about there is Rodrigues, which could get a direct hit from the storm on Sunday as a Category 2, maybe even a Category 3 when it moves through there. Hopefully it's going to be weaker, but it's really starting to look like the island of Rodrigues could get a direct hit from this storm and maybe even an eye pass and a landfall. So we're going to be watching that one very closely indeed. Right now the chances of tropical storm force winds look like this: 42% in St Brandon, right down to 7% now in Port Louis, 5% in Mauritius and 1% in Réunion. 84% chance of tropical storm force winds now in Rodrigues. Here's a look at one of the model runs, and you can see there what's expected over the next few days. Some models still don't think it's peaked yet, so who knows, that could still be on the way, but we're really seeing very little evidence of strengthening from the storm right now. It's fighting moderate amounts of wind shear. Sea surface temperatures, as said, not a problem, but you can see the forecast track there by the models. Pretty good consensus up until Rodrigues, and then after that they start to diverge a little bit. Here's the latest imagery. You can see just how far to the north of Mauritius the storm is. We were really worried for several days that it was going to go closer to Mauritius, but it is going to pass hopefully safely to the north. We may get maybe 1 or 2 hours of tropical storm force winds on the northern tip of Mauritius. That is winds sustained of 65 kilometers per hour. That's possible on the very northern tip throughout today, but really winds will probably be hovering a little bit lower, around 50 to 55 kilometer per hour winds, and hopefully not too much will come of this on Mauritius, but Rodrigues should watch out. You can follow Force 13's outlets, the website force13.com. You can also find our YouTube channel. If you're not there already, you may well be. Good chance of that. Subscribe if you haven't. You can also find our Facebook page, search Force 13 all in text, and our Twitter handle, it's @Force13 on there. You can also help the project become even better by becoming a patron. You can see more information about all the benefits involved by visiting patreon.com/Force13. Of course, you can come into direct contact with us by messaging Fool13 on Discord at extension 9094 and Force13 on Skype, and our partners are also doing updates, Mateo e Cyclone Maurice on Facebook.